Hello, this is the HVAC Budget Channel, again bringing you another multi-tool. Now all these multi-tools I'm bringing to you, I actually try to take these out in the field and to use these. The Gerber 800 is no exception. So far this is my favorite multi-tool to date. It just seems to have the best tools, the best reliability, and just the best economics. So let's go ahead and start. This is, again, Gerber 800. Gerber's website says this is made in the USA with global parts. You can decide what that means. So this right now retails currently on their website for $110. Why I like this so much is that unlike Leatherman, I guess it's a negative and a plus, Gerber does not retain their value as much. So you can really get these at some good deals on eBay. These are as cheap as this one because it was scraped up on the handles, went for 30 bucks. I was able to pick it up, I think, for around 28, and that's really, really good value. I don't think you can find a wave or a charge for something similar to that price. This has some really good features. So we find at the top here, these have got some heavy-duty wire cutters. These are carbide tungsten replaceable. You have 3 different sides so you can switch them, and they really work fairly well. Every time I do a demonstration to try to cut these, they actually work. Now out in the field sometimes with small wires, they just sort of crush small wires, but any bigger wires that you come across, for instance, I use these today to cut some weed eater string that was too long, and they were able to cut them. But for the smaller stuff, I actually do just use the scissors, which we'll get to later on. So because it does have that capability, I do like these. One of my frustrations with Leatherman, at least the Sidekick that I went over, that I did a review on, is that I just don't feel like their wire cutters are that well. But anyway, that's enough about that. So let's go ahead and look at the tools. These are located on the outside so that when you have this closed, you can easily access them. That's another thing that I like. It also has this tab right here where you can pull them out. We find these are the Fiskars Scissors. These really seem to cut good to me. I really like these. I don't expect these to be cutting a whole bunch of tree branches or anything, but for what I need them for, they really do work well, and then they fold up nicely. So these have the locking mechanism, slide them back, and the tool goes back into place. Gerber also has these nice finger tabs that help you to access these tools. You have a couple straight edge screwdrivers. This couples as a bottle opener. This is a nice little screwdriver pry bar to get into tight spaces. And then you also do have the file, and this file you do almost need to remove a tool to get to it. It does have a little nick there for you to get your fingernail in, but it is a little bit harder to access, but it's a pretty nice file, I guess. I really don't use a file much. I don't find when I'm working on HVAC that I need it that much. A lot of people, a file is a deal breaker if a multi-tool doesn't have one. I find myself using this basically as a pry bar. Occasionally I use the file, but not very much at all. I do, however, use the flat edge screwdriver on this side the most, and then I find myself using the scissors more than I thought I would. I never really thought I needed scissors, but those do come in fairly handy. On the other side, you'll find there is a combo blade. Many people do not like the combo blade. I, however, do not find it that bothersome. I'm not planning to skin an animal with this. I don't really need a long straight blade. This is enough that I don't mind the serrations at the bottom. It really doesn't bother me. Pretty nice knife. And then you'll find also you have next up the Phillips. You sort of need to sometimes lift up another implement to get to the next one. So the Phillips is really nice. Seems to have nice profile to extract screws. And then it does also have the added benefit of being a bit adapter, or the bit adapter rather, fitting onto it. Now Gerber does not, this Gerber at least, does not fit super tight. This disclaimer, this is not the Gerber adapter tool set. This was a cheap one I got off eBay. This was $10 with the multi-tool. The multi-tool was junk. I sort of kept this. It does fit on this. I'm assuming this is similar to Gerber's design, but Gerber might fit a little bit more snugly, but even so, fits nice. You can put all the 1/4" adapter bits and expand this multi-tool's capability. Putting that aside, we can go ahead and close this up. Then you'll find the last tool right here is the replaceable saw blade. This is the rim grit saw blade. This is supposed to be an all-in-one with, I believe it's carbide particles. I'm not sure on that one, but this is the rim grit saw, and you can replace it with other jigsaw blades. Some people get hung up that this is not a T-shank, which I know that's the more modern adaptation, but you can still get these on eBay, Amazon. It's not that big a deal. You can find all kinds of different saw blades for this. You may not be able to at your hardware store, but you can go online. Most people shop online anyway. So, but it does have a nice profile to access this saw blade. You can get your fingernail in there fairly quick. Again, I would definitely recommend replacing this saw. I guess it works okay in a pinch, but I did not find it particularly useful. So this is the Gerber 800. Let's go ahead and just finish up with measuring this. The website says fully extended, this is somewhere around, let's say it looks like 6.5 inches. Closed, I believe it is around 4.25. We'll measure it to make sure. It is indeed around 4.25 inches long, and then the width on this one is around 3/4 inches wide. Again, this is a very nice tool. One other thing is I noticed that it does seem like Gerber does a very nice job with the pliers being fairly tight. I don't notice a wobble in there. That is a complaint with the out the front 600, 400, Gerber's other tools, but this seems like a really nice version. All right, so this is my favorite multi-tool to date. I have been taking this to work with me. I didn't just get this out off of eBay and open it up. This has seen fairly hard use. In a couple weeks I've been using it, and it's actually stood up the best of any tool so far. All right, I'll see you in the next one.